Like the Daddy I Roy and the U Brown and the Big Youth. That's how I used to DJ. That's how I came up in
town.
it. You know, wake the town and tell the people about the sound of King when Rhythm and Blues is coming your way. Shepherd's Community Centre up at Roton Road, Brixton there. That was one of my stomping grounds where Shaka used to play.
Wow.
Stereograph, Coxon, Tubby Sound.
Shout out to Flinty Ranks,
Yeah.
aka Flinty Badman, Demon Rockers,
Yeah.
the original Ragga Twins. They were
Navigator.
Unity Sound a long time. I got a big up Navigator. The cassette spread it all over London.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like Coxon, Saxon, Unity, all these tapes.
Cried.
Just really emotional.
Very emotional, bruv, because everybody loved me and I couldn't. I understood the love. I know it was coming from. It's coming from what I was doing. What they call it, a metal spring, and if you touch it like that, it makes a noise like lightning.
They'd have distinct. Every sound would have their distinct sound boxes.
Yes.
So they'd have their exclusive. So you knew when you heard a tape, you could tell which sound it was by the sound effects.
And I'd be there standing like that, and all of a sudden I see someone just run past me like that. I'm like, oh, it was Horseman just with his leg like that, from one side of the room to the other on one leg,
Like hopping.
dancing to a tune like that.
Kept singing "We Rock Hard on the Walls." You know, shout out to Doze, shout out to PIC and all them, man. Do you know what I mean?
Chocky and Robbo. And all
Chocky,
them.
Robbo, rest in peace. Robbo was a don. He was everywhere.
Man called Bonnie Line, the chin come.
Why do you sound white as young? Why you wanna dance the champion?
Diablo is a righteous man. Ricky Rankin is a righteous man. He is a righteous man.
You rock it.
So on this week's show, I have two creatives in the cab who live and breathe culture and music. We have someone who started perfecting his craft as a reggae MC back in the 70s on the Sticksman sound, and in the 90s joined Roots Maneuver and was also an MC for Nightmares on Wax, as well as singing on Lovers Rocks records. We have the hugely talented, the legendary Ricky Rankin in the back of the cab. Yes, Ricky.
Fire.
Yeah.
Go on, Steve.
Absolute honour, mate.
Big up
Absolute
ribs.
honour. And alongside Ricky, we have DJ and producer from UK hip-hop group The Brotherhood, who fell in love with the hip-hop culture early doors and used to dabble in the fine arts of graph writing. We have the one and only DJDIABLO in the cab as well. Yes, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Diablo.
Big up yourself.
It's an absolute honour to have you both in the cab.
It's an honour to be here. All City Taxi Talk.
You know that, and thanks for hooking us up. And by the way, at the end of this cab chat, we're going to be rocking 2 Dubplates and drive around Brixton, rocking the cab, innit, Ricky?
Yes, I.
We're going to do this thing.
Yeah,
and also, we're
great.
actually parked up in Stockwell, so this was kind of like where the hip hop group Hijacker are from this area.
Precisely, we're on Loughborough Park Road.
We're in Loughborough Estate.
Stockwell is just over there.
But yeah, no, listen, I can't wait to talk. This is going to be like roots and culture meets hip hop, which is going to be absolutely incredible. Yeah. So, first question I'm going to kick it off with is, how did you two meet?
Well, it's kind of funny. It's like everyone says to me, how does like a kid from the northwest London suburbs link with like a legend from southwest London, you know, a Brixton legend? And what happened around 2001, 2002, I was actually DJing in Amsterdam. It was a Friday night, and one of my best friends is MK, and he was Roots Maneuver's DJ at the time. And he called me and he said, "Where you at?" And I said, I'm DJing in Amsterdam tonight." And he was like, "Well, the tour bus is coming from Germany to Amsterdam in the morning. Come and link us, stay for the show, and just chill." So I was like, "All right, cool." I changed my flight round. The next day, I go down to their hotel to meet MK. And as soon as I meet him, he was like, "We've lost Ricky." And I was like, "Who's Ricky?" And he went, "Ricky Rankin." And I was like, "Well, Ricky Rankin from Nasty Rockers and Killer Man Taurus." He's like, "Yeah, man." And Small Axe and Sticks, man. And then we linked. We met Ricky. Me and Ricky got on like a house on fire. And then a couple years later, I did like a Roots Rockers mixtape that ended up on the Roots Maneuver tour bus. And then it was like they had a discussion between everyone, and someone said to MK, bring Diablo in to be Ricky's DJ.
Yeah.
And 20 odd years later, here we are.
We're sitting in Brixton.
We'd bring DJDIABLO, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because he was that good, you know?
Yeah.
He was that good.
Yeah.
I know, he's an absolute beast.
Yeah, man, the man's a professional, man. The man spin tune like there's no tomorrow. You know?
He's a beast. He's a beast on the
He knows how to
turntables.
line up tunes, and the man just...
Yeah, I'm loaded with tunes.
The next bro. He get the calling, you know? He get the call.
I got the call, and then we connected, and it formed like Voltron, do you know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, and you've
Went worldwide.
Went worldwide with the Banana Clan, and then we moved forward after that.
And we're going to talk about the radio station later as well.
Yeah, definitely.
TBN.
TBN Reggae Radio, yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that later. But I'll tell you what, let's kick it off right from the start, the roots and culture thing with you, Ricky. You know, whereabouts are you from, and what was it like growing up, you know, as a young kid in Brixton?
Well, I'm from Clapham Common.
Right.
You know, my mum moved from Brixton to Clapham Common, and from there, you know, I grew up listening to music from my dad's gram, you know.
What was you listening to? What, ska?
Well, ska, revival, you know, tunes like Wake Up Jamaica, da 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 da, you know, Moonlight Lover, you know, tunes like that.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah, tunes like that, you know, Delroy Wilson, Dennis Brown, you know, John Holt, first albums. All those kind of music I grew up listening to, you know. Studio One, you know, Sir Coxsone Dad, you know, Treasure Isle. You know, I grew up listening to all the music. Even the Trojan played a big part in my life, you know what I mean? Because I carried it everywhere I went with me. You know what I mean? The Trojan selection, I carried it everywhere, and I used to have this little, what do they call it? Little TDK.
Yeah, little boombox.
No, it wasn't a boombox, it was just like a cassette player. Yeah, TDK. And
I want the headphone one, where you put in your head, like headset?
No, I used to put the
cassettes. Like the one the old journalist used to have.
Oh,
with the tape deck on the top.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to carry it everywhere with me and practice, you know what I mean? But I used to DJ the old-fashioned way. Like the Daddy I Roy and the U Brown and the Big Youth. That's how I used to DJ. That's how I came up in it. You know, wake the town and tell the people about the sound of King of Rhythm and Blues is coming your way. Oh, chill about it, you know. Things like that I used to do, and go down to Small Axe, you know. And when Everton used to string up the sound down Wandsworth Road, and I used to just come along there with me and Colin and Delroy and my friends them, and just hold the talkerphone, and that was it, man. It was over. My learning process started, you know, on Small Axe number 2.
The reggae sound was pretty big, you know, back in the you know, the 70s and obviously the early 80s as well. I mean, the first sound I see was, I think it was in Fordham Park in New Cross back in the late 70s. It might have been Jar Shaka or Saxon.
Okay.
It kind of blew me away when I was a little kid, and I witnessed this sound system with the bass. You know, it was kind of like a spiritual awakening.
Yes, dancehall music, you know.
Yeah, it really had that kind of impact on me, you know. I mean, what was it like back in the day, back in the you know, the parks?
It was a joy to do it, man. It was, the feeling was tremendous, because we had all those people in front of us watching us, and that gave us a great vibe to know that all these people want to hear us. So you know, we just formed lyrics, and you know, we just loved it, man. I can't really explain it. It's just a joy to be on a sound system and creating lyrics after lyrics after lyrics. Sometimes I didn't even know where my lyrics were coming from, you know. It's just...
Well, you started early, didn't you? You started at 16, 17.
Yeah, I started about, 16 years old I started.
See, Ricky always says we're the same generation, but I was in school shorts when he was on the mic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, we're not that far off in age, but, you know.
People used to come to listen to me, you know. You know, like a Beng Centre in Brixton, where they call it Kabul. They used to call it it's called a Beng when I was growing up. Now it's called a Kabul. That was one of my stomping grounds. Shepherd's Community Centre up at Rurton Road, Brixton there. That was one of my stomping grounds where Shaka used to play.
Wow.
Stereograph, Coxsone,
Tubby
Sound, loads of sound, Black Harmony, you know, you name it, Playboy. You know, all the early sounds used to play up in Shepherd's. It's on Rurton Road.
I've heard of Shepherd's.
Yeah, that's one of my stomping grounds. Another one of my stomping grounds is the place in Clapham Junction. What's it called? Wessex House. Is it? No, it's not.
What about the snooker hall in Norwich?
No, I'm trying to remember the place where we used to play with Sticksman.
Yeah.
What was it called again? Providence House. You know, that's another. That was. I think that was my stomping ground. My first time when I started to really want to be a professional DJ.
Was you kind of, Ricky, was you kind of trying to perfect your craft as a, you know, as a toaster? Like, did that kind of come, was you practicing at home, or was it mainly when you was on the sound system?
I practiced everywhere I went.
If it didn't matter where you was?
It didn't matter where I was.
Ricky goes off wherever.
Yeah, that's it. I used to go off everywhere. Sometimes people go, shh, hold on a minute. You know what I mean?
Hush your gums.
I go, wah. And as soon as another 5 seconds, I'll be off again. You know what I mean? Find another lyric. So that's how I came up, man. Just lyrics after lyrics, just on spot. If you said, Ricky, chat about that, that was it. I chat about that. Piece of paper on the floor, I chat about the piece of paper on the floor. I chat about the latest Sweetie, the Mars Bar, the Super Mousse, the Curly Whirly. I do everything.
You know, that's kind of like a real skill set.
Yeah,
you know, because you're kind of freestyling it. You're not kind of they're not
I'm not doing it for memory now. I'm just doing it for then. You know what I mean?
All the big legends have got lyrics for every instrumental, every rhythm, every version. They've all got lyrics. So I know when I drop a certain rhythm, I know the lyrics that Ricky's going to bust on it before he's bust them.
Wow.
Yeah, but I do remember them from time to time. Yeah. Like the ones what stay with me, you know what I mean? So
River make we bleach, so forget about sleep.
Oh, that one day, yeah, man. Never forget that one, and get us up on rock. And
and what made these, you know, these reggae dances so, you know, so good? You know, I mean, it must have been such an atmosphere in there.
It was the music, you know. The music was a joy to hear, because remember, I'm born in England, you know, so I didn't grow up in Jamaica. I wasn't born in Jamaica. I was born here. So the music, when I heard it was like, wow, just like how you felt it, because remember you're born here as well. So when we heard reggae music, I remember we used to listen to a lot of pop, radio, BBC One and all that, but as soon as my dad came home from work and he put on that reggae on, it was a different atmosphere.
Different vibes completely.
And it was like, sometimes I was like, just looking like that at my dad. And he was playing songs like, It's Impossible to tell a baby not to cry. It's impossible. I go, who's that, Dad? He go, Dennis Brown. I go, Dennis Brown. And that was it, you know what I mean? Then I look at him like that, and that stayed with me. And sometimes when I used to go and look for my sound mates, I used to chat that what I heard Dennis Brown sing. So
was Dennis kind of like, would you say, an inspiration to you?
Yeah, big inspiration. Because I used to take that little bit there and just go, it's impossible to tell a baby not to cry. It's simple. I should do things like that, you know what I mean? That's great.
Switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up, and you know, that was me.
Wow. when we do the old when we do the old school shows on the radio, Ricky says I play like his dad and his uncle. And you know, that's a compliment. Do you know what I mean? I love it when he says that.
Because you know the music. It's like, I can't believe that you know the music like that.
Yeah, man.
You have to know your music, innit? That's the importance.
You're great, man. You're great.
That's the importance of a selector, as a good selector, innit?
Yo,
you need to know what you're playing.
You get the most respect, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you're a good selector, you don't play for yourself, you play for the crowd.
Exactly.
I mean, we play
for the crowd, innit?
We
play for the crowd.
We play for the crowd.
For ourselves.
Play for the people. You know, some DJs get dub plates and dub plates and dub plates, and they're playing for their own ego.
Yeah.
Well, we don't do that.
It's very important to play for the people, because they pay the money to come and hear us, you understand? And sometimes they will go on and say, I didn't like the dance, because he didn't play for them.
Yeah, exactly.
When you hear people complaining, you didn't play for them. That's simple as that.
We always play for the people.
Yeah.
Voice of the voiceless, the choice of the choiceless.
It's all about the people, without doubt. In terms of, you know, like toasting on the mic, you know, there's so much energy levels to it. I mean, the energy is unbelievable, and the skill. Did you ever get kind of like out of breath doing it, or do you kind of like, did you like do any kind of exercise, breath control or anything like that to kind of keep fit so that you wouldn't like be like, do you know what I'm saying, Ricky?
Well, I was always told, you know, by the greats, you know, or my teachers, you know, because I had a lot of teachers that say who knew how to DJ better than me. They used to look at me and say, "Pace yourself," like that.
Take a breath.
And I used to say to them, "What do you mean? Just take your time.
Take a breath."
Ricky's teacher, Brigadier Jerry.
Pace yourself. Don't outdo yourself. So you're tired. So it's a pace yourself. So what I used to do, I used to just talk cool. And that was another style I was creating, a cooler style, like, yes, I'm down to the Ricky, punch the microphone stand. For the head of women go, have some nice obsession. What we do? Nice it for the woman, nice it for the man. For head of women go, we want the world understand. My soul a pioneer, my soul a foundation. You know what I mean? That's how we used to do it like that. Then there was other times when you speed it up. Depends what kind of music you get. And I used to pace myself. No matter what music I got, what speed, I pace myself.
So you could kind of like slip into
just
them
glide
different
with
styles.
it, yeah. No matter how fast it was.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
Just keep up with them.
That is a skill in itself.
Yeah, you have to keep up, man. You have to keep up.
Yeah.
If you can't keep up,
For days.
you can't keep up, you don't get the mic.
Exactly.
You do not get the mic. You know, see it. You know?
Could it ever be like,
if you get too greedy, they don't want to give you the mic back as well.
Mic shark.
Yeah, a mic shark.
Ricky,
yeah.
could it ever kind of get on top where, you know, an MC would come on, but they wasn't like up to standards? Then would they get a kind of like be told to come off, or would?
No, we never tell them to come off. But when they was trying to come back in, we kind of said, "Cool, no." You know what I mean? We kind of said, "The next time."
There was all kind of politics back then as well, weren't there?
The way I did it, they understood. I kind of whispered into their ears and said, "Hold it down, because the man don't want to give the mic back because you're not ready. But me know you're ready. Just hold it down." That's how to do things like that. And they should go, "You're ready, Rams?" We say, "You're ready, man, but hold it down, yeah?"
So in a very, very respectful way.
Yeah. I used to do it in a respectful way. Somebody said, "Come off, take him off the mic, man. Move from your side."
Well, there's a lot of wild times back then as well, when people got out of control with the anyway. So
a lot of wild times, man. There was times when I didn't want to really go back out there. Well, it was just the way things were. People used to treat one another, you know. You know, a bit of feistiness going on from time to time, and for no reason sometimes. And sometimes I'm a man like this. I would just cool, you know, and stand one side and just watch it. And if something said to my head, "Move, Rick," I just move on to the next chapter of my life. You know what I mean?
Keep moving.
And that's why I ended up going around. That's why I ended up going around the world, because instead of me just staying there and facing all that rubbish, I just moved on to the next chapter, because it was just telling me, "Time to move, Rick."
It was really Nasty Rockers where you made your name properly with George and Wild Animal.
Nasty Rocker and Taurus. That's where I made my name.
Well, Taurus was the big.
Well, you can say I made my name on Stereograph, because from Small Axe 2 to Nasty Rockers, right? And in between that, Nasty Rockers, it was Stereograph. You see, we used to go float round Stereograph sound, and I think that's where I cut my teams with Marshall Lee and Diga Rankin, because they were great DJs to chat against. You know what I mean?
Where was that sound from?
They're from Brixton. Stereograph is from Brixton. You know, they're from Brixton. It's a Brixton sound, but they played all over. But they mostly played in Dick Shepherd's school as a youth growing up. So they were the sound what we grew up with, and I used to get the chance to hold a talkathon with them, and it's great, man. Them days were great. You know what I mean? That's why I made most of my lyrics. You know.
With those sounds, would you say that them local sounds, they would bring in the local MCs, or would you have MCs coming in from other areas on them sounds? Yeah,
MCs came from all over to chat on each other's sounds. Yeah, they didn't. It wasn't just from one particular era. They came from east, north, west, and south. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you could be on Nasty Rockers on a Friday night, and then you could go to a dance with Coxon or one of them, and you're in the dance and you just want to just drop a few lyrics, and someone will pass you the mic.
Wow. You know, we used to even string up our sounds with Unity Sound from North London. Where's Unity from again?
North London. Right? Shout out to Flinty Ranks, aka Flinty Badman, Demon Rockers, the original Ragga Twins. They were Unity Sound a long time. I got to big up Navigator, Specky Ranks, the Navigator. He was on Unity. The owner was Ribs.
Ribs, man. Big
Ribs,
man.
Foundation Sound. Their headquarters used to be at Regal Records in East London, but they were really a North London sound.
And we used to play them regular, man, in a place called my memory's not too good like it used to be, but a place called Four Aces in North London.
Dalston, isn't it?
Dalston, we used to play them regular.
It went on to be the Labyrinth Club in the late days.
It was one of the biggest collaboration of sound system in UK at the time. Unity and Taurus.
I got the sessions.
Yeah, got the sessions. Yeah, you should hear them, man. Oh man.
Yeah, I got.
They're wild and full of lyrics and full of current and full of vibes. You know.
Wow, it must have been like electric.
It was, man.
It's amazing.
It was fire, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, when I got home, I couldn't sleep. It took me hours to sleep, man.
Was this in the days where you'd have like the foghorns and all that, and the whistles?
Yeah, but we didn't use them everywhere, but mostly used the foghorns in town halls and places like, where else did we use them?
Norwood Snooker Hall?
Yeah, we used to just use them like bigger places, not small places. Like when we ventured out there, like when we played Unity, it was more of like tough records, you know, tough dubs. And I remember, so Unity was getting dub and we were getting dub. So it's like, who had the best dub, who played the best, who got the crowd on their side more than the other. And sometimes it was Unity and sometimes it was Taurus, and sometimes we had somebody coming from Jamaica, like one time we had Early B, you know what I mean? And
Supercat and Nicky Dimas.
And listen, man.
Wow.
And they had Nitty Gritty on their side. I tell you, mate.
It's kind of mad as well, because being the slightly younger generation, we were getting these cassettes at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is the importance of the cassette?
The cassette grew us. That's what we knew. The cassette was the first thing that made us know about dancehall and other artists.
Because going from 500 people in the dance to all of a sudden the cassette spread it all over London.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, Coxon, Saxon, Unity, all these tapes. I'm from Northwest London, so it was Tippertone and Java.
And with those cassettes, everybody learned off of somebody what was doing it already. Like I learned off of Brigadier, the General himself.
Brigadier Jerry.
Right? Tipper learned off the Brigadier General, but he had me, because I was learning it before them. You understand? So when they saw me with the General's vibes, it was easier for them to learn it, because I had it, and I'm on their corner. You know what I mean? And
Ricky the teacher.
You know, Philip Levi. He learned off. He learned off. What's the guy's thing? What's the guy, man?
Which one?
The guy,
Senator?
No, because I know Levi. I think Levi learned off this DJ called Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo.
Or was it Johnny Ringo and Bobby Culture?
Yeah, Johnny Ringo.
He had that kind of style to me, anyway. You know, Horseman, he came from Tyon. You know, Papa Tyon, you know, and Admiral Bailey. That's what he sounded like to me. Yeah, you know, so
it's funny because Flinty out of the Ragged Twins, he turned around to me and he said Ringo was his inspiration.
That's what they sound like to me.
And yeah, exactly. And Navigator sound like Lone Ranger.
I think Navigator sound like Briggy.
Well, he's
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger, Navigator.
Yeah, you're right.
Navigator's main inspiration was he loved Lone Ranger.
And Sweetie Irie, he sounded like the guy what sing what's that guy what done
Reggie Stepper.
Yeah, because he reminded me of Reggie Stepper when I was growing up. Sweetie Irie, because he had that kind of gravel voice, man. You know, and what's the guy there? Reggie Stepper was the same kind of way. Yeah. You know, so we all came from somewhere. From somebody what was doing it before, you know. So
you know what, like when you was practicing, was you kind of also trying to create your own style as well?
Yes, we had to find our own voice. So if I'm coming from Brigadier, I had to make sure that I sounded like me instead of just sounding like Briggy all the time. Because when you sound like somebody, it sounds like you're doing their lyrics. You know what I mean?
Because in hip hop we say, "Oh, you're biting someone's style."
Yeah, that's right. But you got to find your own ear. Sounding like Briggy, but with your own lyrics.
Your own twist on it.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's funny because the younger artists these days are taking after people like you. Yeah. So it's like when I hear Bucky Joe, I can hear Ricky Ranking in Bucky Joe's lyrics.
Bucky was around. Them youths were around when I was chatting, when I was in my hypeness. So
you can hear it's
they would catch that because they were around in them days. So, you know, Bucky them, Kunta, you know, African and all them guys, they would catch that because that's what they're hearing. Remember, I was hearing Briggy and them, man. So everybody's hearing somebody in it. So that's what we're boss, you know.
So as long as you're putting your little twist on it,
you're like Bucky's got such a good twist, man. Yeah. When you hear Bucky Joe, it's one of my favorite DJs. By the way, Bucky Joe, Kunta Cash, African. There's many more. Yeah. But the ones what excite me as young DJs is them because, you know,
Bucky's got a great flow.
Man, them's doing splendid, bro. They're doing splendid.
When you was chatting on the mic and the crowd is going off, How did that make you feel? That must make you feel like a king, like, you know, because, you know, you controlled that crowd.
Well, when the crowd was going off,
Did it give you goosebumps?
More than goosebumps, made me cry.
Really?
But enough people didn't see me cry. One night I cried.
Just really emotional.
Very emotional, bruv, because everybody loved me, and I understood the love. I know it was coming from. It's coming from what I was doing, and I was doing a very good job of it, and it kind of made me emotional. But I didn't cry at no secret. I always had my handkerchief, so I'll just be like this sometimes, you know what I mean, wiping away, and you had the sweat to block it. And it was so emotional. Sometimes I stood up like this, frozen, just frozen with joy. And people were like grabbing me here. They took my hat off, they took my glasses off, and they put it back on. You know, it was such a good vibes, you know. Sometimes when we were chatting, people had my coat and rocking with me, they're swinging me like that.
grabbing your three-piece suit.
You know.
You had your kick me gillies on?
I remember one night I saw about 5 girls in front of me just rocking the same to my lyrics like that. I never forget it. I know their names, but sometimes it's their names because it's been such a long time. But when I see them, I go, yo, I remember when they got Ricky Rankin. I'm like, Sha. Remember how you used to dance? Like old twins. And they go, yeah, remember? I goes, man, they were my days. Those are the things I enjoyed, you know. When I see the crowd,
good times.
When I saw the crowd going ballistic, and it's me doing it. No, sir. It's really good.
Let's talk about the first sound system using the Sticksman sound, isn't it?
The first sound I chatted on when I left school was a sound called Small Axe 2, which was the younger version of Small Axe 1, owned by Everton Preddy, you know. And I used to go backwards and forward to Clapham Junction to listen to Sticksman sound in Providence House. And around that time, you had DJs like Mr. Palmer. You had singers like Daddy Willie, Bugsy Malone's brother from Taurus.
Horseman? Or was that a bit later?
Horseman was in Brixton. He lived in Brixton. I'm talking about when I was in Junction and when I was growing up on my own. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up with them times. And Small Axe 2, then Sticksman. And then from Sticksman, I went on to Nasty Rockers.
George was the owner and Wild Animal was the selector on Nasty Rockers?
The owner for Nasty Rockers was the owner for Nasty Rocker. The man who founded Nasty Rockers was a man called Omar Harris. And he's the one who used to have the record shop in Granville Arcade called Granville Records. I don't know if you remember that.
I only remember Dub Vendor.
He's the one who brought that sound to the attention of George, Shiny George. Yeah? And Andrew worked in the shop as the, he sold the records. He became the selector.
Wild Animal.
Then you have me, Ricky Rankin, because I was always in the shop idling after school. Wow, baby, bubble sound, legal wiggles, I was saying. Then I stopped.
So you was chatting while you was in the record shop?
Yeah, then the Harris would look at me and say, you can DJ? I went, yeah. And he go, DJ me here. So Skanking came on, swing that Skanking, like that came on. I said, that's just little things, you know what I mean? Like, for the bubble sound, legal wiggles, I will say. Until you did, you know what I mean? Little things, and I'm saying, yeah, man, you can DJ, you can do that, you know what I mean? So they invited me into the sound, which is Nasty Rockers.
Through the record shop?
Yep.
Wow.
That's where the sound
I was going to say the record shops were quite important back then. They was kind of like a hub where also people would meet to
a lot of record shops were headquarters for various sounds as well. Like I said, Unity Hi-Fi, their headquarters was Regal Records in East London. That was their headquarters.
That's right.
And like you said,
Nasty Rocker was born in that record shop. It came out of that record shop, As I said, George Selector was there, Andrew, and that's where Lorna G, she became a part of the sound. Me, Kid Roy, Byron, and Slim Jim, Pat Dolly, Bigger, Byron. I have to mention everybody, because if I don't mention them, yeah, so Horace is the one who, got the speakers for us, and we got, I think, a man called Kazman who built our sound, built our boxes. Kaz, his name was Kazman. Kaz, Daddy Kaz, me call him anyway. He's the one who built the bins, as we call them.
Yeah, I tell you, those guys building those sound systems,
Listen, man.
They were on another level.
Another level is not the word, man. The man, when they built those boxes and you heard those boxes fire, you were like, and furthermore, all those bins you see around the world now, that's where they come from. Them man there, them two man, Short Man and Kaz, they're the ones who invented those bins.
Wow.
They should be getting royalties for the design. Because remember they used to make the bins with slits in them, so the bass stays in the ground. So it's coming out of the pavement. And they made some boxes where the bass was coming straight at you.
And it would shake you, wouldn't it? You'd be.
Listen, man. They used to put what they used to put in there, that thing. What you
like the valve system.
I'm talking about the padding.
Yeah,
they used to pad it a special way, like with bedding. You know, like straw bedding and all that.
Yeah. And support it.
A bit of like
wadding or something.
Like velvet.
Yeah, they pad them out.
See, that's a
special design.
That's a skill in itself.
Yes, man.
You know,
you must interview them one day.
Yeah,
ask them about that. You know, what I mean,
I've got to get them in the cab.
Yeah.
I'd love to chat about that.
I mean the bass as well. I mean, when you walked into Shaka and your jar tubbies as well, and your rib cage is shaking.
I think the sound for that back in the days was Earthquake. A sound called Earthquake when they used to play in Settlement. That's in Peckham, a club called Settlement. And I used to watch Small Axe and this is Small Axe 1 and Quaker City playing there. Oh my God! It was in your jaw. Your chin was like that. Your chin was moving.
Well, from the bass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Scary. I remember my chin going like that.
I remember the first time I went to Shaka, and it was on the Holloway Road. It was a Friday night on the Holloway Road because Shaka used to play in the late 80s and the early 90s. Every Friday night, Shaka played at the Rocket, you know, Holloway University. And I remember the first time I walked in there, the bass was unreal, and I put my drink down to roll up, and I watched my drink bounce and smash on the floor.
It took off.
And you watched it as well.
I watched like slow motion.
Boom,
boosh.
That to be a still.
My ribs used to shake. I used to come out there like I've been laughing all night because your ribs hurt from how much the bass shakes.
Well, you did laugh all night as well because it was so funny. As well, like shit.
We've got to give a big RIP to Jar Shaka as well.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. You
know, I done a tribute song to him as well. You know,
yeah, you did.
Called Shaka We Remember. You know, so you can go and listen to that on YouTube. You know, I put it out last year for him. That's a sad loss because Shaka's music is going to be very, 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 very missed. I'm telling you, man, in a big way. Right now, I'm telling you, people are moaning for Shaka.
And the funny thing is with the clubs nowadays, and they got the noise reduction. I went to see Shaka just before he passed because I took a friend who'd never seen him, and I said, "This ain't the sound." It wasn't loud. It didn't have that bass. They you know, he had half the speakers there. Right in the old days, you could hear him a mile down the road.
Because he used to play in Shepherds as well in our heydays when we were growing up. You know, with Coxon. You know, so he played a major part in all of us upbringing. You know, so Shaka.
I'll tell you another thing I want to touch on as well, Ricky, is sound effects. So, you know, I know like when you're MCing, like you'd MC sometimes through like an echo chamber.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of that was quite important to a sound as well, wasn't it?
The reverb and the echo.
Reverb, the echo.
Yeah, that gave a bit more current for the sound. You know, a bit more joy. You know, the one that we used was called a WEM. Don't know if you remember WEM.
No.
If you look it up, it was called WEM. W-E-M. Yeah, and the rock and roll people used to use it. People used to play rock, so we used to use that because it had behind it had a what they call it, a metal spring, and if you touch it like that, it makes a noise like lightning. You know what I mean? So we went, wow, that's good. So we used that and the echo chamber, and we had one specially built, what was called the siren. You know,
the siren. The homemade one.
Yeah, that one. What you see now on YouTube, I mean on the App Store, that's ours. Exactly how it is. How you see, that's the one what we got built by Mr. Errol.
Except it used to be a wooden box.
Yes, but it's actually on an app now.
Yeah, I know. So I got the app.
I couldn't believe it when I found the app. I went,
I got the app.
Oh,
I've used
Have you got it?
I've used the app.
Yes.
I used the app when we played out. I plugged my phone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm getting excited to it, you know. But yeah, that played a major part in the sound. The sirens and the lightning. Smallux was known for the Smallux was known for the lightning. Keith used to pick up his one and shake it.
Wow.
And the whole place was like, I remember like, wow. And some people say, Shaka used to have
They'd have distinct. Every sound would have their distinct sound boxes.
Yeah.
So they'd have their exclusive. So you knew when you heard a tape, you could tell which sound it was by the sound effects.
Was they making their own sandboxes?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like.
Yeah. Some people have submarine sounds like.
Yeah. Unity had their own special sound. Shaka had his own one as well. So when you listen to the tapes, you're like, okay, I'm listening to Shaka now without even knowing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. I tell you, when you look at into every detail of the sound system, it's like, wow.
There's so much that goes into it.
Cover, you know, even the clothes what we used to wear, you know, that was.
Well, I was about to say that actually because the clothing and all that was also pivotal. The garments you was rocking. What was you rocking back in the day? Was it like string vest and like the click suits and?
Click suits were later.
When I came on the scene, it was Cecil G, Gabbana.
I used to work for Cecil G.
And Gabbana. Is it Gabbana?
Gabbana, yeah.
Yeah, Gabbana. Burberry. Crumbies. Velvet. Anything velvet. Clark boots.
Kick me, kill me's.
Kick me, kill me's, which are ballets. Ballet shoes, you know.
You used to have pointed vents.
Yeah. Charlie Chaplin pants. For the yardies, you know what I mean? Because the yardies is like the big flare ones.
With a mesh marina.
With a mesh marina. What we call
string vest.
We call string vest. And they used to have they used to have some silk ones. But they used to wear when the Jamaicans came over. They used to wear these silk ones. We used to wear the ordinary ones, the army ones. But when they came over, they had these silk ones with boats on it, and you know, and surfboards and coconut trees, and I was. And they came, and eventually they came to England. I got about 10 of them. That's all I used to wear, especially in the summer. That's the vest with my nice trousers, my white trousers. It was just a light fashion, easy fashion. It was nothing too big.
And how about the hats, the beaver hats?
Oh, we had every single hat.
Tam, beaver,
every single hat was fashion, up to Colonel Custard's hat. Who else is that? Robin Hood's hat. Every hat. You name a hat. You know, name one. The one with the musketeers.
Yeah. Davy Crockett hat.
Davy Crockett. All the hats were fashion of reggae.
You can't forget Kangol as well.
You know, especially the Kangol. The Kangol became the winner.
Yeah.
What style of Kangol? What the fur Kangol?
Yeah.
The fur one.
Yeah, because when we saw that rapper wear them,
Slick Rick.
LL Cool J.
Oh, LL Cool J
had a red one.
Yeah, but he had like the bucket one.
Yeah, that's
the furry ones.
That's the one we first started wearing.
Yeah.
Was you rocking the bucket hat?
Yeah, because we got them here.
Oh, I didn't know the reggae guys were wearing the bucket hat.
We wore every hat.
And the furry. There's a Kangol shop not too far.
I've got one upstairs, one like that, the round one.
Yeah, the round one, yeah.
Like
the felt one.
Yeah, I should have wore it, shouldn't I?
We'll show you.
I should have worn it.
That was the Sherlock Holmes style one, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
The Sherlock Holmes.
You can do it in every.
Yeah.
You know, so
different styles, isn't it?
Yeah, man, I have that one upstairs.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's funny in all the genres. You know, you had your own style. Like the B-boys had their own style. The ragamuffins had their style.
The culture of reggae music it was so beautiful. I'm getting emotional now because it was all we had. Not all we had, because we used to work. We had our little jobs. Like I was working at dry cleaners, but that was all we had, really. You know what I mean? We didn't want to go seaside. We didn't want to go nowhere. We just wanted to come home, hear reggae music, because it became a part of, you know, how can I say it, Reb?
It's part of you.
It became the culture.
Yeah.
It became culture. It became like, if we didn't do it,
it's like a sponge.
Something wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it gravitates to other people. That's what made me love it as well. Because other people take it, like English people, Indian, no matter where you came from, Chinese, everybody was taking it on different countries. And I used to get this feeling like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Put my head like this and go, my God, I'm in France and I'm hearing a sound like from my doorstep. I'm hearing a sound like Nancy Rocker. I'm hearing an MC like me. I'm like, wow, is this how far my music's gone?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Wow. And to this day, I hold a warm respect in my heart for it, you know what I mean? Especially to the people who gravitate to it and send it around the world, you know? Especially Japan, you know? Holland, Germany, you know, England, especially England. England, it's their music. His dad knows about reggae more than my dad.
No, come on now.
No, but, I mean,
my dad knows about Tom Jones.
No, but your dad do know about reggae.
Yeah, well, he knows through me.
You know about, but I bet he knows reggae before you. Like the ska, all the.
No, my mum might have. God bless her. So
you.
my dad was Nat King Cole and Tom Jones.
All my next door neighbours knew reggae.
I know. Back in the day, the mobs of London and the early skinheads were listening to like Prince Buster.
Yeah. Their dad,
Scatterlights.
But they got it from their dads.
Prince Buster. I mean,
those kids got it from their dads.
Yeah.
Remember, they were our age as well, you know. So they got it from their dads, you know. Because where you think reggae's gonna, where you gonna hear opera, if it's not from an opera family or something like that, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, reggae just exploded over here in like the late 60s,
especially
70s, with the skinheads and the mods and
Star
everything else.
Especially Studio One music. I think Studio One music.
Trojan and Treasure
Isle and all that music there. You know, especially when Trojan took it on. They brought it to Australia.
With the Tighten Up compilations.
Yes. Then Australia got to hear it. You know,
all over
the world.
I'll tell you a film which blew me away when I see it on TV back in 1980 was a film called Babylon. And Babylon, you know, as you know, it was like, you know, based around this like sound system, wasn't it? And you had Guy Blue, wasn't it? Brinsley Ford,
from Aswad.
It was all filmed around here.
It was filmed in like Deptford and parts of Brixton.
Yeah.
Well, that was most of that film was filmed.
It was filmed down there, Railton
I'm trying to remember the road. Yeah, Railton Road.
Yeah.
There's other parts.
Acre Lane.
Yeah, Acre Lane. Parts of Brixton Road.
And parts of Deptford as well.
Yeah, loads of Deptford. I think it was filmed everywhere. I think it was
around South London,
yeah.
That was by Franco Rosso and Martin Stillman.
Yeah.
But how important, you know, was Babylon? Because when I see that as a kid, that kind of, once again, that was another pivotal film that blew me away. Because it was kind of, it really did sum up what London was like back in the late 70s and early 80s.
Absolutely. You got a great, it shows London
how it was.
But it's the same.
I don't have to say nothing. The film says it all.
It does say it all, yeah.
But you know, it's like the hip hop films back then when we saw Style Wars or Wild Style.
Yeah.
It's captured the moment. It captured it, and film goes everywhere.
I don't have to say nothing about Babylon. Babylon says it all. Everything you see in Babylon went on, and
that's how it was, wasn't it,
film,
Ricky?
Yeah, that's how
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's how it was, and a bit more. But that film broke. Is that the monopoly? Broke that vibes of bad mind and racism and all that. It broke it. When that film came out, everybody went, "Oh my God!" and sat back in their chair and went, "Oh my God!" And who knows to stop? Stopped.
Yeah.
Whatever it was in that film, and you knew that it was talking to you, you kind of like knew yourself because we were all one. What the film was showing us really, that we were one. In the end, we shouldn't be doing all this. You know what I mean? You know, so give thanks for that film, Babylon.
And the maddest thing is like you watch that film now and you look at London, how London is today. How has it changed? I mean, it's like
it's changed immensely.
It's a different
world, isn't it?
It's a different world
immensely, bro.
I mean, like back in the 70s.
That's what I say. Give thanks for the film. You know what I mean?
It was like a very industrial wasteland, wasn't it?
They weren't building nothing, were they? There was just
it was dead.
It was just for the rich, really. Them times there, and I don't think they're meant to be like that. It's just snobbery. You know what I mean? I'm better than you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And you know,
those days it's like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It was only blacks, you know. It was whites. Everybody was in the same. We were all in the same boat.
A mix-up.
But the film and the riot changed things. It was total frustration. The people were nuts them times, bruv. They were putting madams. They were giving injections. All kind of things were happening to people. Not only blacks, everybody. It was like a set of people against you. You know what I mean? A group of people. See, no matter what nationality you are, you get treated the same. You understand? And that's because my friends were white, black, Chinese, and all that. You know what I mean? Because we all grew up together. We didn't grow up separate. You know what I mean? And we all got on because of that. Each of our music. I said, "What music is that?" This is Elvis, Rick. I go, "Elvis." You know, what's that? I goes, "It's Dennis Brown, man."
It's like
that's how I grew up, you know.
You go to some old Jamaican homes, and Jim Reeves is playing, and them old time.
My next door neighbour used to come out his house and stand next to our house like this and go, the stand there smoking his cigarette, listen to our music. To my dad said, "Come in, man." And he went, "I can come in, Rupee." He said, "Come in, man." And when he came in, that little thing's playing that. That little thing's making that noise, Rupee. Goes, "What kind of music is that?" Because it's reggae music, it's Caribbean music. Different styling, because it was different bass lines, different tones, you know what I mean? And he couldn't believe it, man.
And you know, that is the thing about music.
Yeah.
It can bring people together. Do you know what I mean?
It did. It brought my people to, you know, because we had a lot of white people where we lived. And some were a bit, you know what I mean? And after a little while, we all became friends because of the music. You know? Skia, skia, skia. When they heard all that, it was like something happened to them. Everybody, they all had their own dances. Original dance was just coming from nowhere.
Were they skanking?
Yes, it just came from nowhere. We didn't teach them the dances. But when I took a stop, they learned the dances because they knew them before us. I said, "How did they know to dance ska?" And I didn't. Because they saw it on something. That time it was being played in Britain on the telly. But I didn't know.
On Top of the Pops.
All over, because they had these different programs showing ska. But as a youth growing up in Britain, I didn't know that. So when we played ska, you got the little English youth just doing the right moves. I go, "Oh, you know that, right? Oh, you know that, right?" I said, "I don't know." You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
"I know if you do that dance, Rick." I go, "I don't know." And we just joined in with him. And then we took a stop. He learned it off the telly, because they were showing the Caribbean and the ska and all that. So it was just great. It was just fun. It was just amazing. I can't explain it, man. I'm full of joy.
Talking of the skanking, like,
I'm full of joy.
Like Ricky, the skanking was quite a big part of the dance as well, wasn't it?
Yes, especially at Shaka. When you go to Shaka, nothing but skanking. Every dance, when you go to every dance, it's skanking. You know, creating new dances. You know, till you get Mr. Bogle himself. You know,
R.I.P. Bogle.
R.I.P. Bogle. You know. We were always dancing.
Mr. Wacky.
Some people can't dance, but they look at you and just copy you. That's how I learned to dance, by just copying Rebel, you know what I mean? When he step, how he step, I just step. And sometimes the church say, "Oh, you're copying me." You know?
Quick little two-step.
I used to copy everybody, that's how I learned to dance.
You do the cool and deadly.
Dance is very important, you know, because it makes people laugh and talk about, you know, the dance, you know what I mean? And
but also, there was also a battle element of skanking as well. I heard about skanking battles where you battle against each other like skanking.
Yeah. Horseman was that man for that.
Horseman was on Killerman Taurus with Ricky.
Horseman was on Taurus with me. When I was coming up in the business, Horseman used to take us, well, we didn't go Shaka, we didn't take me, but we will meet up at Shaka, which is up Shepherds. And I'll be there standing like that. And all of a sudden I see someone just run past me like that. I'm like, oh, it was Horseman just with his leg like that. From one side of the room to the other on one leg.
Oh, hopping.
Dancing to a tune like that. Then they change the next foot. I was like, what? Then another man joining, and another man, then you have everybody in the dance. Some people using their head like that. Some people using their arms, and it was just like we see the kids doing today, that dance, all that little freaky dance you see them doing. We were doing that a long time ago.
Wow.
Same exact thing, but to dub music. So imagine that. What the kids are doing right now, we were doing 40 years ago.
It just progressed.
It's the same moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I see them doing the head, when I see that, it's the same moves, but it's different music. That's all. If they was to put it to our music, they see they're doing the same steps. Because all the steps have been done.
When you come out of a dance, you know, once it had closed down, it had finished. It must have been like you'd have like some kind of like workout.
Like, yeah, that's what I said. We couldn't sleep.
Really, what you was like?
Because the energy what we burned in that dance, and
you got so much energy built up. You can't rest.
Yeah, we loved it so much. You couldn't come out. It's like having a nice girl.
Your ears are ringing as well. Still,
it's like meeting a nice girl. You know what I mean? That's what it was like. The music was like meeting a nice girl. You can't forget her. It's like, can't wait to see her again. You know, it was, you know, that's what the music was like. It was very, 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 very nice.
Did you kind of like live for the weekend as well? Were these dances going off at the weekend, or was it also during the week as well?
In the week as well, 7 days a week.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm. Especially with my sound. We played north, east, west and south. Sometimes we played out twice in one night. We'd take half the sound to Birmingham and half the sound to stay in London. Because we had 2 dates. So half of us to go Birmingham, half to stay in London. So we got double booked sometimes, triple book. Like Coxon was booked four times in one night. It's Birmingham, Cardiff. So they had to split up the whole team and playing 4 places at one night. You know, it's unheard of, isn't it?
Yeah, one selector goes there with a couple of MCs, another selector over here with a couple of MCs.
Ricky, was this back in the 80s?
It's like going into the 90s now, when that started to happen, start to get more work.
So I don't even know if Sat-Nav was around then, was it?
No, we never had no Sat-Nav.
What did you pull out, like A to Z?
Get the A to Z out.
Yeah, we had this big book. You know what I mean?
Atlas,
they call it.
World Atlas.
Atlas, yeah. You know, and you know.
What was it like getting to a dance as well? That must have been a buzz in itself. What did you have, like a big van?
We to get
like a transit.
We had like a lorry. Some people had lorries, some people had vans, big, massive vans. You know, Coxon had a lorry.
Shaka
had a lorry.
Yeah.
We had a van. You know what I mean? Like a higher van you see today, one of those square ones. You know, yeah, that's what we had.
You must have had some good laughs driving up there.
Yeah, because sometimes we had to sleep in there. You know what I mean? Going up. Because we never had no transport no cars. So we all had to sleep in the back of the van with the speakers, yeah.
So you sleep with the speakers?
Yeah, man, drop asleep in the back. Stop at the service station, get some crisp and all that.
Original box boy.
Yeah, original box boy. I was a box boy and a DJ. And
so you carried the boxes as well?
Yeah. I wasn't partial, you know what I mean? I loved it that much. I used to mash all my fingers. This is how that finger got flat. That finger's a speaker box. If you look, one's bigger than the other, you see?
Yeah.
That was flattened.
Wow. What
by a bin. We used to call them 4-face.
Yeah. The bins.
24 inches.
24 inches.
Done that to my finger. And it was one mighty box with 4 speakers in it. And we put it down, and I put it down wrong underneath the finger, and that was it.
Finger gone.
Crunch. That's my memories, you know. It's a good memory. Sometimes I look at it and go like that. I look at it and go, and I'm like looking at my finger. And I laugh, you know, because it happened in the good old days, you know. So you don't hurt me.
Ricky, I've got to say as well, I'm loving your ring. I mean, you know, that's another thing about fashion is there was a lot of gold, and all that back then as well, wasn't it?
Rings.
That's beautiful.
Rings became a part of the outfit.
Is that an Egyptian pyramid?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it was given to me still as from brethrens in the music business. I didn't buy them. People, when you do good, you get given things. You know,
you get brought in.
When you get brought in, you know, You get given rings, chains.
It's the same as the hip hop. Once you're in the inner circle, you're looked after.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like automatic.
I'm not really into gold and silver and all that still, but if I get given things, I will wear it as respect, you know what I mean? And I love that still, you know what I mean? Because they love me, you know, and they respect me, you know what I mean? So it's a joy, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's get on to the hip hop thing now with DJ Diablo.
Yeah.
So, Jay, how did it all start for you? You know, how did you get into like the hip hop sound?
Seeing Grandmaster Flash on Top of the Pops doing white lines. And that
was it, then you was hooked.
I was hooked from that moment on. And then gradually at school, get handed down the electro tapes, and then you're hooked. And that was it. From 11, I wanted to be a DJ. And then,
what was it about DJing that you wanted to, you know?
Oh, it was some futuristic stuff. I mean, you have to take it back to, you know, there was pop music, there was soul, there was reggae, and hip hop came along and just blew the arse off of everything. It was just like something so new. It was colourful. Everyone was wearing colourful stuff. Yeah. You know, the b-boys, how they dressed. Socks. Your white socks with your shell toes and the fat laces, and your Kangol, and your ski goggles on. You know, it was crazy. And, you know, obviously at 11 years old, you can't afford equipment, you can't afford to buy anything. Right. So the easiest way to get into the culture was the graffiti. So eventually I got into the graffiti. Do you know what I mean? I kept seeing "We Rock Hard" on the walls. You know, shout out to Doze, shout out to PIC and all them, man. Do you know what I mean?
Chocky and Robbo.
Chocky, Robbo, rest in peace. Robbo was a don. He was everywhere. Same as Drax from World Domination, everywhere. And then, you know,
to the drag stuff.
Yeah, my parents moved further out to Harrow, and then Harrow's got a real big hip hop community. There's a graffiti writers bench in Harrow. Do you know what I mean? There's some of the biggest writers ever came from there. Cast was amazing. Cold Crush Dukes. I've got to send a big shout out to Desire, all the CD crew. Do you know what I mean? Legends. Do you know what I mean? The foundation of graffiti. Tilt, Coma. Do you know what I mean? It's like, big up. You know, I used to get on the school bus, and Tilt used to get on the bus with me, and I used to watch him put his Tilt tag up everywhere. I think that was before he went down, and I was hooked from that moment on. And then from the graffiti, we always wanted to make music, all of us, and Brotherhood was a really big crew. You know, Freestylers came out of Brotherhood. DJ Crystal came out of Brotherhood. You know, this is before Dexter and Mr. Spice joined and everything, and we got invited to G Street Studios because Aston from the Freestylers was the sound engineer there, and we knocked up our demos. And then G Street Records basically said, you're too young. You know, you're 15, 16, come back when you're 18, 19, and you're ready to do this. And then eventually we knew a guy called Trevor Jackson. He became the underdog, and he worked in a local record shop with us. And we played him the demos, and he did all the designs for G Street Records. So the Jungle Brothers record covers, all the record covers he designed. And he turned around to me and Shylock, who's in the Brotherhood, and he said to me, get us you know, the demos are great, but go in and record me something that I can put out. So we put out an EP. He loved it, and it all started. Blaps Posse and then Freestylers.
Was that DJ Crystal left?
DJ Crystal left, yeah, because he was getting big on the hardcore scene. He started putting out records there, and Trevor kind of took over the production styles. Dexter had just joined, and I just really wanted a DJ. I kind of was a bit lost at the time, and I was just, all I want to do is play tunes. And at the same time, I was always into roots reggae, and Brotherhood were connected to a sound system as well, because, you know, we're in Northwest London, there's sounds everywhere, and we had a sound called Terrorist Sound. Shout out to Do-Rag in Dollis Park. Shout out to my man Do-Rag, the legend in Dollis, man. Yeah, for certain people who know, my man
legend as well,
my man Alfonso, who had the sound, and he used to have the speakers used to be in his garden, and the wires would go all the way up into his bedroom, and you could hear, you know, if it was in Colindale, you could hear the sound in Burnt Oak. It was all the way down. So it was always around. And then gradually in like 91, 92, when it became more the Bogle style, I just got into it, and I was hooked from then on. And I was.
You heard the Bogle?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And then basically,
when you heard it, what year was that?
91. I was listening from Slang Tang days. But come on, man, sharp.
Yeah, he was to the ground.
Yeah, man. So basically, around that time, I was selling hip hop mixtapes, and that's how I linked with MK to start with, because MK was selling the mixtapes as well, and I think he just got onto Capital Radio, was doing mixes for Westwood. And what happened was, I knew this guy from around the way. Everyone told me he was a member of the Spanglers Posse. And this guy come up to me, and he's like, yo, you're the man with the hip-hop tapes. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm the man with the hip-hop tapes. And then he was like, I was like, I need DanceHall tapes. I need SoundSystem sessions. So he's like, I've got all the SoundSystem sessions you want. I want hip-hop sessions. So he swapped. And he gave me this mixtape. It wasn't like a mixtape. It was a live sound system session, and it was Metromedia sound from Jamaica. This is 92, 91, 92. And he gave me this Metromedia tape. There's a big sound in Jamaica. Sky Juice is the selector. Webber's the DJ, and Sky Juice went off on it. Dub plate after dub plate. And after I heard that, I was like, that's what I want to do. And I was still DJing the hip hop, but that's what I want to be. Sky Juice. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell you lies.
I told you, we all come from someone.
Yeah.
You've done it already. So he's coming from the selector now. When I
DJ out, and when I'm DJing the vinyl, you can hear a little bit of Metromedia, Kilimanjaro, and plus some English sounds, Tipper Tone, Unity. You can hear, with the jamming selection.
When you play, you play a certain way, like they're minded for real,
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
But no, and that was it. And I still do hip hop nights and all the rest of it. I was still connected with Brotherhood through the hip hop, and then eventually, like I said, I was even DJing R&B, and then as the music changed, it got more into the bashment style. I got known for my bashment because I was killing it. I remember you heard me from the bashment mixes first, but people didn't realise I had a huge record collection.
You remind me of Stone Love when you were playing. Some of the time, I said, "Man, play like Stone Love like this."
Yeah.
And I just take them out and go, that sound like right. It's same current.
Yeah. But Sky Juice for me, that tape.
That's it, you had Sky Juice's current.
Yeah, it's Sky Juice. And Ricky Trooper, I got to shout out Ricky Trooper because he's the boss of the radio station as well. But I had the Metromedia tape and I had a Jaro tape, and this is after Jaro went into Dubplates. Before, in the 80s they had Ainsley as the selector. Papa Ainsley, a bad selector, one of the baddest selectors of all time. And that's when they used to rock with Early B and Supercat. And then they transitioned to Dubplates because everyone got bored of the MCs, and then they went some more. And Ricky Trooper took over the sound, and it's just Dubplate after it was, but the vibes and the energy
on another level,
and how they spoke, and the speech before dropping the lyrics. Do you know what I mean? So I got fully immersed into that. And then eventually slowly transformed from the hip hop into being a selector. And then when I started playing for this man, he's like, "You play mad. You're wicked. This, that, and the other." So we try to keep it flowing.
You remind me of the sounds in Jamaica. You play exactly the same way.
Yeah,
and you wasn't even copying their way. You just grasped the way.
I adapted it to my style.
Man.
But I'm absolutely loaded with tunes. I've bought vinyl for years. I buy and sell vinyl, so I'm loaded.
Remember, I got every one of your selections.
Oh no, you got more mixtapes than me than I have.
I think I got 30 of your mixtapes.
Yeah.
Or even more, or 40.
He phones me up and he's playing a mix down the phone. I'm like, "What's this?" And he's like, "This is one of your mixes from '98." I haven't even got a copy of this.
I got mixes from you from '98, '97, '99.
Yeah. That mad one. So eventually, that's what I wanted to do, and I joined this radio station, Fat Beats, and I got known for playing the bashment, and then old reggae I played for the last hour. I played the foundation tunes, and that's what. With the new radio show, we're on TBN Reggae Radio. It's owned by Ricky Trooper. Yeah, Ricky Trooper, Buggy, Naturalist. Shout out to everyone. Yeah, man, they're family.
Is TBN? Is that a digital station?
It's a digital station out of Kingston, but they're broadcast all over the world.
What's the tune-in digits?
It's TBN Reggae Radio. You go onto Google. Yeah, there's an app. So if you go onto Google Apps, TBN Reggae Radio, we're there. Ricky Trooper got a show 3 times a week. We're on there. Enough artists on there. Enough man on there. And they're killing it. We're making moves. Do you know what I mean?
It's a fantastic radio station. Very, very cultural.
24/7. It was started off by Ricky Trooper, the famous emperor, the big emperor Ricky Trooper, one of the greatest selectors in the world.
Big up to Ricky Trooper.
Big up Ricky, and it was his 2 other best friends. It was Buggy. Big up Mr. Burrell. Salute to you, sir. Yes, sir. Big up Naturalist. Natchy, anywhere you're there, king. And so that's where the TBN comes from. 3 bad brothers, do you know what I mean? It's like, and they started it off, and it's going good. And we're doing our little show on there. Like I said, I play new tunes when I'm there on my own. And when I get Ricky in, I play the foundation. You'll never hear the same song again. You hear it once. I hardly do any reloads. Do you know what I mean? There's no quick juggling. We play the song. nice, smooth, transitional mixing, no quick juggling, so you can actually hear the record and enjoy it.
And we played a version as well.
Yeah, and I played the dubs
all the way through.
Yeah, I don't,
right.
you know.
So you don't start cutting it up and all that. It's
No. Like
strictly old school. How we grew up.
Yeah.
What we knew. You know what I mean?
Selector.
Like I said, I always wanted to do a show like the Mikey Dread show. Just like a few hours long, just play the tunes, nice jingles, nice sound effects, and just let the people hear the music. Don't pull it up after 30 seconds. Play the bloody record. You know, it's the same way I have a thing about, you know, some selectors when they mix down too much on live. It kind of loses the effect that it was there for originally. Yeah. The song's got an arrangement.
And you're doing it too much as well. Yeah,
the song's got an arrangement, so the song drop out anyway. So if you know, as an MC, you can catch it right anyway. I want to play like stereophonic and jar love music. You know, it's crazy. So yeah, no, that's where we're at now, and you know, the show's going good.
What day is this?
I do a monthly show, and it's on a Sunday.
Right.
I'm gonna hopefully in the new year we're gonna switch it up to do a few more. I've got to big up Sparky Rugged, because Sparky Rugged's family from Northwest London. His family from time, and Sparky drove me mad. He drove me crazy. I need you to do a radio show for Trooper. I need you to do a radio show for Trooper. And eventually I said, you know what? I'm gonna do one. And then I called up Ranks. I called up Ricky. I said, yo, let's do this. Let's play Foundation, and we'll give them the history from day one all the way through.
And the show's played for a month, I think.
Yeah. The show plays constant.
And the next show comes after.
Yeah, it plays continual, and there's great, like I said, there's great artists on there.
Don't get to hear it, can get to hear it by the time the month's done. You know what I mean? So that's how long they get to, get a month to the next one, mate.
Yeah, you get to digest it for a little bit, you know. That's it. And like I said, the next show you're not going to hear the same song you heard before. That's it. It's all even if it's old songs. Do you know what I mean? My original plan was just to play up to the Slengteng era and just cover the 70s, but no, I'm not going to do that. Don't watch that. Yeah. So, you know, but we're moving forward. Do you know what I mean? So let's just. I've got a lot from the 60s onwards. I'm loaded.
Can you get any of the shows as well, like on a catch-up?
You can get it. I'm posting them up on my YouTube channel.
There's 2 on YouTube at the moment.
There's a few on YouTube. I've got them all up on my Mixcloud /Diablo, and you can hear us. Ricky's got them on his Mixcloud. Yeah. You know, it's going good.
Man, so anyone watching this, make sure you tune in to TBN Radio.
TBN Reggae Radio.
And I'm going to put the link in the description box below in this interview where people can hit that link and go straight to the show.
Yeah, you can go to the YouTube page as well. It's Diablo Reggae. Right. I'll send you the link as well.
Hit the link. Anyone watching, hit the link.
You know, it's TBN's going to be like a hub for DJs all over the world. We've got DJs from Austria on there, got DJs from Jamaica.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? It's from all over. It's worldwide. Do you know what I mean? Big things are going on with that. So, you know.
We come up with every nationality, you see, so we do it that way there, you know. We keep it that way there, you know what I mean? So not change around yassa, you know? Keeping it real, you know. Yeah.
I'm going to be tuned in the cab. I'm going to be bumping it in the cab.
You will.
I'll send you all the show. I'm actually going to be doing a special. Well, I don't want to say because I want to finish it off, but I'm doing like a mega mix.
The first show we done.
I've sent him the first show.
Okay, I've heard the first show. Yeah.
Dog and yam dog.
It's not like the first show, you know what I mean? Yeah, dog and yam dog.
But just before we kind of round up as well, let's quickly talk about Lovers Rock as well, because I know Ricky, you was into that Lovers Rock sound as well.
I'm still is.
You still are, yeah.
He records under his real name, Ricardo Mackenzie. So if you see it on the Jetstar compilations back in the day, what the song there?
Get enough love.
So Ricky,
always on my mind.
Ricky, the thing is, you're not just a wicked toaster, but you've got an absolute beautiful voice, singing voice.
Cheers.
Oh, he's great.
From my mum, you know.
I mean, God bless my mum. My mum used to have
my mother.
My mum.
Our mothers.
I used to back in the day. It used to be like an MC cypher at my house. So everyone would come round, people could smoke at mine, people could drink at mine, and I had all the rappers. I had Brotherhood, I had like people like Super T, and then when Ricky came round and sing, my mum, God bless her song, my mum loved Ricky.
She'd come in the room and...
Ricky was the only one my mum made a cup of tea for and a cake. Nobody else would get it.
Because remember, I got melody, I got this thing I got in me. What draws people towards me. I know it.
I'd have a rap.
So his mum.
Is it?
She was kind of like still
lovely. She's
like
like,
my friends to just come and stand there. Like
when's Ricky coming over? Why have you got these rappers who are screaming and shouting? I want to hear Ricky. So yeah, it's great, but you know,
I love her and miss her, man.
So do I. Yeah, man.
Actually, let's go out on this one, right? So, in terms of music and being creative, you know, what does that kind of mean to you both? It must mean everything. You know, you must live and breathe music.
Yeah, I do. 24/7. I've got a jukebox playing in my head 24/7 hours a day.
Same with me.
I can literally tune after tune. You know, getting the train down here. And I'm listening. I'm actually thinking about an old Stereo Mars tape, and I'm listening to the lyrics in my head.
Well, I write music because I'm doing a lot of writing at the moment because I'm doing a lot of recording, and I actually lose the recording when I'm in the studio. I said, "Where's the recording? I can't find it. I have to write another song there and then." That's how much I love it. I don't worry about the song what I wrote before, even though it was bad. I have to sit there and write another one because I can't find it. I didn't remember it, I didn't record it, I didn't do nothing. Just kept it in the folder.
Me and my dogs.
I'm telling you, wherever strap. So
mad.
That's how important music is to me, because if you lose the lyrics, you know, just write another one. Try and remember as much as you can about the first one. Let's go from there. And guess what? It takes away a lot of stress. Because when you lose lyrics in music, you can punch a brick wall, you know what I mean?
But sometimes if you remember the first couple of bars
you're good.
and you switch it up, you're good.
Well, that's why I do.
You're going to nail it the next time round.
And you get it better.
Yeah.
You find yourself getting it better.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same way when we're playing live, Ricky will flash the lyrics, but halfway through, switch it to a next lyrics. So it will start off with one song, like it will start off with Skank to the Beats, and then it will change into Digital Rock or Chicken Flap Chicken Flap or one of them tunes. Do you know what I mean?
So I can do melodies. I can just get one tune into all my songs on one tune.
That's an incredible talent,
you know. So
Ricky.
and the singing as well.
And the singing too.
Yeah.
Once you break into the Dennis Browns.
I remember I used to be DJ, and then all of a sudden I sing everybody like that. Rick, go on this over there.
When was it you first started to try and sing?
Both at the same time.
Same time.
I was always singing and DJing.
Ninja.
That's why I'm more of a singer, you know. If you listen to my voice, I'm singing as well, and DJing at the same time.
Because you ride the rhythm with a harmony.
Look, when I do digital, did you tell me, digital man? Did you tell me, digital man? It's still singing, but it's still DJing. So it's both of them. So you can call me a sing J. Now even Chicken Flap, the song lyrics, look what tell them. It's got that,
it's got that singing like vocal.
Still, like get up, sit up on rock, and I'm just to my beat, and get up. It's still singing, in it. Yeah. But you can hear the DJing. But enough people just think I'm just DJing. If you listen carefully, I'm just like Sizzler then.
Yeah, it's got the song.
I'm like Sizzler and Capleton, because Capleton is a sing J to me.
I mean, they're amazing artists.
It's like the Ribby Dibby Doobar days. It's like the Ribby Dibby. It's a joy.
Ribby Dibby Doobar day. Ribby Dibby Doobar day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a joyful thing.
Sing J.
All the little scats are like a joyful thing.
All I'm a pussy, you feel come follow me. You know what I mean? DJing and singing at the same time. Amazing. Amazing.
So much talent. So much talent. You could reel them off.
Yeah.
When you look into it and you talk, you see what you see, and you talk about it, you go, my God, this is great. It could be a Hollywood film. We could turn this old reggae sound system into a Hollywood film. A blockbuster as well. With all the truth in it. Because there's some people telling the story about reggae music and dancehall and then lying.
They want to change it
people
around
from
to
this
suit
country
their
as well.
agenda.
I'm not going to call his name, but he told a lot of lies on reggae the other day. A lot of lies saying reggae done this and hurt the girls.
Because people got their own agenda.
Yeah, man. When I was raving, no girls got hurt. And if they did get hurt, we didn't hear about it. And all them things there. But they got people saying that this happened and that happened. But we were smack bang in the middle of it. So how come we never see it? And we're the ones hearing everything as well. We're the streets. So what street was you on, mate?
Also, as well, I don't think people understand the importance of the cassette as well. Whereas, like I said, I'm a few years younger than Ricky. I'd hear these cassettes at school. You know, and you'll be like, it was like something out of another planet. And
these people come from England.
You know,
what people talking about.
Yeah.
Do they come from England?
And the UK MCs in particular, like I said, you know, we hold people like Ricky, you know, the Ragga Twins, Navigator. They're on a pedestal to us. They're legends.
Tipper, everybody.
Yeah, Tipper, legend different from legend. You're Joe 90.
What's his name there? Heat General. What's his name? The one done Heat.
General Levy. Yeah, big shout out to General Levy, original Wembley.
What's his name? The Colonel from Java.
Joe 90.
Joe 90 and Colonel them, man. Come on, man.
And Joe 90 was West London, same as Tipperdome with Tipperdome with Robber Ranks. I can't remember.
Sweet had a sidekick called Commandante or something.
Or was it Bubbler Ranks?
No, there was someone called Commandante.
I think of Whitey's tune, and I try to remember the names because it's like, you know.
One of the greatest artists what ever come out of Britain was Gappy.
Gappy's a legend, man.
You know, and Styler G. You know, because what I respect about them, because they grasp where they come from. They keep their culture with them. They don't try to switch up and say, yeah, we're from.
And they got the tradecraft.
That's right.
They got it locked down.
That's what happened. Everybody loves them. See, when you be yourself,
you smash
keep
it.
Real. Everybody loves you. But when you try to be something else, you don't go nowhere. And that's not you.
You got to keep it real.
Yes, man.
You got to keep it real.
You have to.
Keep it real, keep it positive, and keep it respectful as well.
Very respectful.
Don't let your ego overtake you.
Because you don't get no work when you do that.
Yeah. You know, if people carry on their egos so large, but your selecting skills ain't so large, no one wants to know. I don't walk. Me and Ricky don't walk with ego when we play. We play for the people.
Work with love, you know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of new sounds out there. You know, there's lots of sounds. I love Platinum Cartel.
Great sound.
Yeah, I love White Magic out of Oxford. I think he's great.
What's that sound from New York? What wins all the clash?
The soul, not
Jawil sound.
Yeah, I know Joe.
Jawil have a song called
the War Report thing.
Play the
Soul Supreme.
Yeah, man. What that sound to run?
Yeah, big up War Report too.
Up, you know what I mean? Cause big up and smile. Forget smile.
Exactly. That's it. So it's all going great. Do you know what I mean? Very picky about the live shows we do because we want it to be right. The vibes has to be right for us. Yeah, I'm not interested in doing a DJ set regular. You know, I did that for 25-30 years. I've had that, but you know, if it's an MC jamboree and there's MCs there and they just want me to draw rhythms, I can go all night. Let's yeah, exactly. I come correct. Always step up. Yeah.
Listen, you've always got to come correct.
You have to, bro.
But I'll tell you what, it's been an incredible cab chat once again.
Oh, thank you.
And before we kind of rock this cab, have a little drive through Brixton and play a couple of Dubplates.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you want to give a little shout out to? Because personally, I want to give a shout out to Navigator, Ragga Twins as well, and Demon Rocker.
Yeah, there's actually Demon had an accident and he's laid up in bed. So we got to send strength and prayers to Demon.
Big positivity to D-Man.
Yeah, we get better. There's actually a dance.
Saturday the 21st.
The 21st is a big dance to raise money for him. There is a GoFundMe page for him as well. So it's on the Ragga Twins page. If you go onto Flinty Badman out here, Ragga Twins, he's on Instagram and it's Ragga Twins Official, and all the links are on there. Same, I think Navigator is Navi for real, and it's on Navigator's page as well. But you know what? I want to big up Ricky because Jeremy, Ricky's my mentor, man. You know, it's like I've got so much knowledge from this man here, and he stays humble with what a legend he is. Yeah. You know, and same with Navigator. Navigator's motivation. You know, always
Navigator, listen, when you're getting in my cab.
Yeah. Yes, Navi. Link up soon. Yes.
That's going to be soon.
Yeah, no, then that's it. You know, things are lovely. You know, we keep it positive. We always forward ever, backward never. Isn't that right?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm big up everybody who helped me along my journey, who kept me sane. You know, I just want to big up everybody. You know, all my producers who helped me with putting out music. You know, I just want to big up everybody. There's too much people to call. I can't just call them one person.
Too much name to mention.
Single body, you know, who helped me along the way, and you know you are. You know what I mean? If you think.
And you know what? Big, massive shout out to DJ MK, because if it wasn't for MK, me and this man would have never linked up in the first place. Because MK was Ricky's DJ on the hip hop before he was even around.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And big up my mama, big up my father who passed away.
Rest
you know,
in peace.
big up my brothers and sisters, you know, my peers, you know. Big up all my friends, my family. I just want to big you all up, man. You're not too enough, you know.
Yeah, one love to everyone out there. Got to send a super big shout out once again to TBN Reggae Radio, Trooper, Buggy, Naturalist. They've stood by us. It's all family and it's all love. Big shout out to Sparky Rugged as well.
Right, you ready to get this, this cab fired up?
Let's get this cab fired up and get the dub plates rolling.
Let's get the boom boxes going.
Yeah, man. Draw for the tune now. I'm going to pass it on to the mic man.
Tune. Let's get the sirens, and then we're gonna buckle up, because I know we're in for a ride with this tune. Right, we've called in. Give us a little introduction on this first tune.
Now here comes a man called Bunny Lila, the team called Don't Trouble Trouble. Bunny Lila, don't trouble trouble. You hear me? Run tune selector.
Let's go.
Man called Bunny Lila, the team called.
Why do you sound white test ya? Why you wanna test the champion? And if you never trouble would I never come really trouble you?
Right.
Go away, sound boy. Say why do you wanna test Diablo? I said why you wanna test Ricky Rankin? And if you never trouble would I never come really trouble you? Go away, sound boy. Don't you know, sound boy? You can never win and you can never hide. Diablo rules the way. Ricky Rankin is here to stay. So why do you sound boy test your boy? Why you wanna test the champion? Don't you know, sound boy? You can never test Diablo. Ricky Rankin is here to stay, and right now they leads the way. So why do you sound boy test your poof? Why you wanna test the champion? And if you never trouble would I never come really trouble you?
Don't trouble, you hear me? Sound boy. Cuff cuff.
And if you never trouble would I never come really trouble you? Go away. Sound boy, you can never win. And right now you can never hide. Diablo is here to stay. And right now this sound leads the way.
The great Bunny Lila, don't trouble, dub plate style, you hear me? Sure.
Right, track 2. Let's buckle up, because I know there's going to be some fire in the cab. Tell me about track 2.
Track 2 is a dancehall classic. It's one of the most famous dub plates. Every sound got a copy of this, from Stone Love to Metro Media. Everyone got this. This is Johnny Dancehall Osborne, Johnny O, with a sound called
No Ice Cream Sound.
Right, let's turn this thing up. Let's get this cab fired up. We're ready to go. Let's do this.
Sound will just melt away.
Johnny Crucial Osborne. No Ice Cream Sound. Play by We Alone. Some sound can play it, yes? What do you hear this?
Sound boy, I don't want no ice cream sound. It is too soft for me.
Don't forget to bring that dub plate in a sound boy.
No ice cream sound.
I'm a murderer.
Can't you see? I want a sound that can kill a little symphony in a sound clash.
Hey,
that is why I say Diablo is the roughest and the toughest sound.
Roughest sound in town.
DJDIABLO have the nicest and the sweetest sound.
Now I tell you.
Sound boy, I don't want no one dub sound to have a clash with Diablo. No.
Don't test, you hear me?
Don't want no dippy sound to have a clash with we know.
That's right.
Hey, I want a sound that can ram dance all from early till late.
Right.
Diablo have the roughest and the toughest.
Uptown, downtown, in country or in town.
DJDIABLO have the nicest and the sweetest sound.
Sound of the Ricky Rankin Daddy Boom alongside Diablo.
No sound, no sound, no.
No sound test. None.
No, no,
No, no, no, no.
no ice cream, no ice cream, no ice cream, no ice cream sound. Sound boy, I don't want no one dog sound to have a no idiot sound to have a clash with we know.
Don't test.
Hey, I want a sound that can ram that sound like a stage show.
Yeah, I tell you.
And I know DJDIABLO have the roughest and the toughest sound.
Toughest of them all. Remember me tell you.
DJDIABLO have the nicest and the sweetest sound. Sound boy, no sound like a drum band sound. No like a idiot.
No sound test.
No
sound test Diablo Ricky Rankin. No. Jack the Crucial as bird. Chinkal.
No ice cream sound.
Incredible.
Big shout out to you, sir. The All City Taxi Talk Show. Enough respect, sir. Steve, every time. Wicked shows. I love the podcast. Yeah, man. I was so happy we did this because
wicked vibe.
I've been loving all the other interviews on here and all the podcast vibes, and yeah, we just had to do the thing, innit?
Come on, I'm glad to be here, bro.
Yeah, once again, another legendary cab chat.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate being here with you.
That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, no, pleasure every time.
Thank you, sir.
Peace from the southeast.
Peace.
Ricky Rankin is a righteous man. He's a righteous man.